We're talking about Leicester.
Yeah. Welcome back to the West Brom View. It's the final away game of the season as the Baggies travel to Hillsborough, which is a massive game for the Owls. And we're also going to talk about that Leicester game, and we're going to ask every single West Brom fan, including the two we have here, what was your favourite away trip of the season? Dan, Aaron, welcome back. The season's nearly over now. Let's talk about the Leicester game first before we talk about the Hillsborough one. Aaron, I watched the game. I was very impressed with your side. I thought you deserved to go in half-time leading. How on earth did you end up losing?
I could not tell you. I genuinely could not tell. I mean, it doesn't help when we didn't have a striker on the pitch, but with the chances you get in, yeah, that I don't see how that would matter. I think any competent player should be able to put a fair few of those chances away. I feel like we just let ourselves down massively because considering how well we've played in the previous games, run up to that game, it's a complete, it's white and black. It's different. The way we played, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, it's fair play to the players that actually pulled a decent performance out of the bag, but again, it's that last step where we aren't taking our chances, which is actually there's still a chance for Coventry or Hull to get the playoffs. So maybe if we had put our chances away, we'd have been dead and buried, or there's no chance of us dropping out the playoffs. But it always leaves that uncertainty, which obviously at this point in the season you don't want.
Mm. They played that well that I know someone put on social media not too far away from me that although he's been calling for them not to be in the playoffs this season, wouldn't be bothered actually, having watched how good they were, he wouldn't actually mind them getting leads. Isn't that right, Dan?
Yeah, I did say that actually. I mean, look, we took 4 points off Leeds, so why not beat them in the playoffs as well?
You must have been impressed. I mean, crikey, the some of the football you played in that first half, I thought was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it was really good to see actually. But it's just you can get the ball so far up the pitch, but it's what you do that end. If you can't put it in the back of the net, then you ain't going to really get far. Look, Mikey Johnson, he's been scoring for fun since we signed him, but he just couldn't score. And I think in the first 10, 15 minutes, Leicester literally gifted us one, and Newcastle spanked it over the bar. I could go on, to be honest, and I still ask myself now, how have we come away from that game not winning?
Yeah. Aaron, it's a trip to Hillsborough this weekend. There's no chance, is there, that he's going to rest any players now? Even if, say, that's Coventry and Hull drew during the week, he's going to want to build momentum, isn't he?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I can't see at this point in the season why you'd want to be dropping players or resting players other than for injury prevention. But then again, I don't think it'll be a massive issue at the moment. I mean, we haven't had too bad luck with injuries, considering we've had a few strikers out. But other than that, really, it's been okay, I suppose. I mean, it'd be a shame if some of our players were to get injured at this point in the season, but I think Carlos will go full strength anyway. I think it's only right to at this point in the season to play a full strength team to get everyone gelled and completely ready for the playoffs, because we're more than likely going to be there. I'm not saying we'll definitely be there. I don't want to jinx it, but we're more than likely to be there. So obviously it'd be good to gain some momentum.
It's this is going to sound an odd one, but Norwich play Swansea. They're going to go hell for leather to win that, to secure their spot. Is it better to finish 6th than 5th, given that you haven't beaten Southampton at all this season, and Ipswich you have beaten, and Leeds you have beaten, and Leicester you could give a good game to? I'd sooner you drop down a place. Am I speaking crazy, Dan?
No, not at all. There is logic there. I mean, yeah, if you've already beaten these teams before, well, why not try and give it a go again? I mean, the Southampton games, I think I would just completely write them off. Just maybe face in a final, just go for it then. But yeah, I do kind of fancy my chances against Ipswich. To be fair, when we played Ipswich now, we got 4 points off them. I don't think there was even that special, to be honest. Leeds, I mean, if you keep 2 of their players at bay, you'll beat them any time, really. So yeah, maybe do drop down to 6, but just make sure it doesn't drop down too far.
Okay. All right, then let's bring in our Sheffield Wednesday fan who is, one of the most nervous fans that's going to be in the ground this season. First of all, Dan and Aaron, you've been down there, haven't you? As a West Brom fan, you know what this feels like to be in that relegation zone and needing something. In fact, the greatest escape, I think, of all time was done by West Brom. I think Wednesday are just about to probably pip you to that crown. Matt, welcome to the West Brom View. Are you hoping West Brom don't turn up this weekend, I'm guessing?
Yeah, finish 6th. Loads better for you. Yeah, 100%. Finish 6th, play the kids, chuck Adam Reach on just for a victory lap. Why not? Yeah,
just for banter.
Yeah, exactly. He'll want to come back and play at Hillsborough. It'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm hoping against hope that you are safely secured in the playoffs by that particular point, because I will be honest, West Brom away from home for ourselves this year, I know it was only 1-0. Honestly, West Brom took their foot off the gas after about 20 minutes. I think had they carried on playing, it could have finished up 6 or 7. It was one game this season under many in our previous manager where I genuinely walked out. It was the worst start that we'd ever had to a league season. It was the worst start in our history. And I walked out and I thought, if that's the level of a side that is top half championship playoff sort of team, which at that point sort of West Brom were, I mean, we might as well just go back to League One now, because we were nowhere near it. But the side that you'll come up against on Saturday is a much different one, a very, very different side to that one that you saw at the Hawthorns.
All right, then. Shall we get some score predictions from you then? Aaron, you can go first.
Hopefully, if we take the performance from Leicester into the Sheffield Wednesday game, I'd like to think we'd actually be able to take our chances. I mean, Lighting doesn't strike twice, surely. Surely he can't be that bad in front of goal twice in a row. I think it could be a goal fest, to be fair. I really do. I'm sure Sheffield Wednesday will obviously be trying to go for their win themselves, to save themselves from relegation. But I think we've still got a point to prove, and we've still got a few good players in the squad where they can score a goal, and once it clicks, it clicks. And so for that reason, I'm going to go for a West Brom 3-2 win.
Okay, Dan.
Like Aaron said, it can't strike twice, can it? We've got to start finishing these chances. But I think I'm just going to go for a 2-0 win.
Matt.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win in the Chris Brunt derby. I just feel it's such a vitally important game for ourselves. I know it is an important game for West Brom as well. It's just so vitally important for us. And I am hoping that Mikey Johnston has an off day. I am hoping lightning strikes twice. I've been hoping all season. If I've not got that and I'm going to turn my back on it on Saturday and just think that West Brom are going to turn up and roll us, then I might as well just chuck it in now. 2-1 home win.
Okay. There's one team that will be hoping that West Brom do put in a performance at Hillsborough, and that's your friends across the city in Birmingham. You feel happy doing them a favour, Baggies fans?
Well, to be fair, I don't even think there's much bad blood between West Brom and Birmingham City. I mean, we both got the mutual hatred of hating the Villa, so. But they've been down there for quite a few seasons now, Birmingham, so I think it is about time they drop down.
Fair enough. Good. Right, thanks, Matt, for joining us. Before I let you two go, cheers, good luck for this weekend. Before I let you two go, it is the last away trip of the season. You two have done a fair bit of travelling this season. It feels a long time ago, I bet, doesn't it, that you were on your haunches. I'm going to ask you both for your favourite moment of the season, and then, of course, your low point as well. So, away at Blackburn, wasn't it, where Blackburn actually beat you in that. Remember in that first home game of the season. What's been your highlight, Aaron?
I think beating Preston 4-0 away. I mean, I think we've actually beaten a team better than that this season, so I'd have to go with that. I mean, purely the performance was absolutely unreal. I mean, we battered Preston from 0 to 90th minute. It was just unreal. I can't put into words how special and how crucial of a performance at that point of the season it was as well, because I don't think we were doing too well. I mean, we'd had a few wins, but then again, we'd drawn quite a bit and lost a few as well. So it was also always nice to beat Preston, especially because I think at that time they were unbeaten as well. So obviously, it was always a good win to have.
Yep.
And then in terms of low points, I'd probably go with the Blues away. Oh, honestly, God, that pounce, it's burned to my memory. That pounce of the Blues, the ref against the Blues. Kipre just didn't touch him. I can picture it now. He didn't touch him, and I don't hold grudges, but I hope Blues go down just for that pure reason. It's had me all season.
Yeah, James Linnington as a referee has not been nice with West Brom this season. Every time he's refed you haven't won. Dan, thank you for that, Aaron. What's your high point, low point?
I think my favourite away day this season was the Huddersfield away. We were absolutely shocking the first half, but then second half come out absolutely battered Huddersfield. Had a worldie of a strike by Okoye Kushlu. I think that ball's still travelling now, to be honest. it smacked through the back of the net long. But yeah, even the whole atmosphere that day was just brilliant, considering we were shocking the first half, but completely different second half. And I think the low point, like Anna said, the Birmingham game, it was just awful. I mean, got off to a great start with a John Swift goal, but then it was just that penalty just completely changed the game. Heads dropped. It was just awful to watch.
Yeah. Okay. If you're a West Brom fan, can think of anything worse than that Birmingham game, put it in the comments below. And what was your favourite moment? I remember you beating Coventry, I think, on a Monday night game that I watched. I think it was earlier in the season where you played really, really well as well. So this season's nearly over. Well done. We're going to ask you to come back at least one more time next week to preview the last home game of the season. And then, of course, we're going to need your services as we go into the playoffs the week after, if your nerves can take it. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining us. Good luck. And, enjoy your trip to Hillsborough. It's going to be a loud one, I think, this one. So, good luck. And, thanks for joining us on the West Brom View. Cheers.
What do you think?
Nice one.